Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of On Par with Parish. I'm your host, Parish Hodges, and tonight I'm just really excited to have this special guest, a Nashville hip hop artist, Deuce. Hi,
How you doing?
I'm doing good. So, I know you just came back from Las Vegas, and I'm really jealous, but was it all work and no play?
Pretty much all work and no play. I think the only time that I actually got out to see the city was Sunday night, the night before I flew back to Nashville.
So, you only got one day of fun?
Yes, my whole weekend was pretty much it was pretty much business. Uh, I
What
had a
did you do?
I flew out Thursday night, Friday morning. Well, no, actually I flew out Friday morning early. I had a 4 o'clock flight. I left the airport at around 5:45. I landed in Vegas that morning. I got checked in, met up with some business associates, and had a video shoot that night.
Oh, wow. So it was like it work as soon as you got there, huh?
Pretty much, yes.
So the video shoot is like the song that you were doing the video shoot for. Can you tell me more about it, or is it a secret?
Well, it's a visual that I did for the clothing brand that I'm in partnership with called Grind and Motivate. We
Okay.
recorded we recorded a record for the brand, and we also shot a commercial, but we shot a music video to it as well.
Oh, that's really cool. So this clothing brand, it's called Grind and Motivate. Is it just men or is it men and women?
It's men and women.
What kind of products do you have?
We have all kind of apparel, anything from hoodies to sweatsuits. We also have workout apparel for women. We have leggings. We have the halter top shirts to go with it. We also have velour uh we have velour sweatsuits for the women and men as well. We have hats, t-shirts, uh anything dealing with, pretty much what's in as far as fashion goes.
Yeah.
Shirts, sweatshirts. We have velour sweatsuits. We have, like I said, we have clothing for kids as well. We have jackets, beanie hats, things of that nature. But the spring is approaching, so we're going to be switching it up to polo shirts, short sets, uh, things
Okay.
of that nature. Yeah.
Okay. So you on Instagram. You don't know how it happened, but you just popped up on my feed. And so it was like a clip of your single Ricochet featuring D Summers. And when I clicked on it and I started listening, I was like, this sounds good. I definitely got to talk to this guy. Tell me about that single.
That single came about. It was weird. I was working on the album that I have out now called Respecting Money, and I was going through some tracks that some producers had sent me, and I was right in the middle of starting on the record. I was here at home in the studio and I was working on it, and just like you, I was going through Instagram, and D Summers came across my feed, and he was an artist, and I had listened to some of his records that he was putting out on SoundCloud or whatever, and I was like, man, he sounds so good. So I had reached out to him, and surprisingly, I think maybe a day or two after, he responded back to me, and I said, man, I'm working on something, and I said I'm working on the album, and I would like to collab with you. And he responded back, okay. So I was like, okay, okay, it's okay. I said, okay, so where we gonna go with this? So I told him where I was from, what I was working on, and he reached back out to me. He said, well, send me the record. And at that time, I only had a verse to the record. I hadn't even had the whole idea of where I wanted to go with the record. And I had sent him the record, and it wasn't even done. It was just my verse on the record. And I sent it to him. He said, the following night, he hit me back. He said, I got you. And I'm like, okay. He said, don't worry about it. All I needed was the verse. I got you. The next day, he DM'd me back. He said, I'm going to the studio this weekend. He said, I'm gonna lay what I got for it with it, and I'm gonna send it back to you. When he sent it back and I heard, I was like, wow. I said, man, that is crazy. So I ended up, when he sent me the record, I ended up putting the second verse on. I said, I'm gonna put the second verse on it and send it back to you. And when I sent it back to him, it was just like wow, we got one. We got one. And from there on, me and him, we just clicked. And when I wanted to shoot the video, he flew down. I paid for his plane ticket. He flew down, and we got out. We got with Wesley Crutcher, and we just did the visual.
Now, where is D Summers from? Because I know he's not, a Nashville native.
No, he's from Chicago.
Oh, he came from Chicago. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, he's from Chicago.
That's really great that you reached out to an artist who's not even in Nashville, and they were still able to, come down and shoot the video and make this record happen. Because, like I said, I listened to it and I love the song. So
appreciate that. Thank you. The album and the single is streaming real well.
I'm pretty sure it is. I listened to quite a few of the songs, and I liked all of them. And that's a lot coming from me, because I'm not gonna lie to you, like, a lot of indie artists, I don't really like their stuff. But when I listened to yours, that's why I was kind of like, okay, I have to hit this dude up and talk to him because his music sounds good. So.
Well, that's because I've always loved music since I was a child. I've always been into music. Believe it or not, growing up as a kid, Michael Jackson was one of my favorite artists when I was a kid.
Oh yeah.
I had the jacket, the glove, and the whole 9 yards going on.
Now, can you dance like Michael Jackson?
I could. When I was a kid, I knew I was a huge Michael Jackson fan as a kid. But it changed when I heard LL Cool J. It was over.
Oh yeah.
No more Michael Jackson. It was over. And I knew then, growing up and the environment I grew up in, and I knew then that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to do music, and I'm a student of it. And when I say I study hip hop, I study it.
Mm-hmm.
From the old to the new music, I study it well to the point I know how to adapt to it, if that's the right word I'm using. Mm-hmm. I know how to adapt, but I also know how to stay rooted as far as what I came up around listening to. You know what I'm saying? NWA, Scarface, Nas, those are the people that I grew up listening to. I was very intrigued by it, and I studied Jay-Z, and I learned to not get caught up in what everybody else is doing, just to remain myself.
Yeah. How do you feel about mumble rap?
Honestly, I'm not. To each his own, but it's not something that
I'm not for you.
It's not for me. And some of this new music I can't get into, but some of it I do. I like Lil Baby. I like Lil Baby. I like his whole. I think the thing that impresses me the most about him is the way that he carries himself, regardless to the way these other young artists carry themselves. Mm-hmm. He's more business minded, and I really admire that.
Yeah. So your album Respect and Money, was it all recorded in Nashville?
Yes, I done this whole album from this exact room that I'm sitting in my house. I record, mix, and master my own music.
You do?
Yes.
And you're saving a lot of money by doing all that on your own, and you have your own studio. So pretty much everything that you put out is almost all you.
Yes, it's everything that the whole album was done right here in my house. The only record that, I can honestly say I did do it here at home. The only record that I per se didn't do at home was the record with Young Buck. We laid the vocals down to it at his house. So it's pretty much, yeah, the whole album's done here. Because I brought the session home and I just added my own to it. So yeah, pretty much the whole album's done here.
So how does respect and money differ from rules and regulations?
Rules and Regulations was more of an album where I was basically talking about things that I was raised on, principles, morals. You know, I come from a background, well, everybody, pretty much most of the males in my family are either drug dealers or they use drugs. But majority of my family members are drug dealers. And that's from brothers to uncles, you know, on down the line. And growing up in that, I saw a lot and it taught me a lot. And Rules and Regulations is basically, it's just people knowing the consequences of their actions. You know, whether it's good or it's bad. If you're gonna be in the streets, if you're gonna sell drugs, you gotta live by the code. You gotta go by the rules. And I feel like a lot of rules are being broke, not just in the streets. I mean, just more principle wise, standards and things like it. And it's like nobody's regulating what's going on. It's a lot of things going on that I see on social media that I really just don't approve of, you know, and it's like nobody's regulating.
Yeah.
So, and I decided to really speak on that.
Yeah. One thing I will say is I can tell that you're very like raw and honest in your music. You know, you don't hold anything back. And a lot of people they say things, but like they just to sound cool, they've never really, experienced it, you know? But with
Gotcha.
you, I can tell yours is like really like true and honest. So I appreciate that, you know.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I try to be. There's a saying my grandmother always told me. She said, "If you're gonna tell the truth, shame the devil."
Mhm.
You just got to be honest.
Mhm. And you definitely are honest in your music. And I know you also talked about like people in the city not wanting to see others win or not wanting to support each other. But what steps do you think we could take to like not see each other as competition, but like just come together and work together?
Well, see, that's something that I've always tried to incorporate with each album. Because if you notice on my albums, even back with Rules and Regulations, I pretty much collabed with a lot of artists
Mhm.
in the city, and a lot of the artists, and this is not bragging, but a lot of the artists in the city, they look up to me because I've been doing this for a while,
Mhm.
and it's I'm trying to bring it to that point where we can all come together. But there's such thing as egos and different things of that nature. And everybody wants to pretend that they've already made it. And I tell people it's a whole world out there. It's bigger than just Nashville. And
Oh,
I
it
try to,
is.
yeah, and I try to make my music to where I can put it out to the world. And I try not to sound local, even though I am. I just try to always, when I make records, I'm always thinking on a higher scale.
Yeah.
I'm always thinking that, even down to the production. I'm very picky about everything. But as far as the city goes, we don't have a major outlet for one. The radio station here, they don't really support the artists. They
Yeah.
don't. They don't really support the artists. And until we get that, like the other cities, it's really going to be hard. And I'm learning that you have to leave the city and you have to do your grind outside of Nashville. You
Mhm.
have to. You have to grind outside of Nashville. When I went to Vegas, I got connections with a lot of people. And the first thing that I gained when I went to Vegas was I got me a new videographer. And this guy that I worked with named Dre Paid Visuals, he is crazy. When I say he creative, he is crazy. Like, man, I got the video back for the Grind and Motivate. And I also did a video for Rules and Regulations too, which I'm already working on now.
Okay.
So, and it's just we don't have the resources here. We really don't have the outlets, the
Mhm.
radio stations, and people are more intimidated with coming together because people are so afraid of what the next person may accomplish. And I don't look at things from that nature.
Yeah.
I feel like if we all come together and we can make the type of music that need to be made from this city, and we go out in these other states and cities and push out music, we can really make an impact because Nashville we have extreme talent.
Yeah.
Extreme talent. But, a lot of artists are stuck on focusing on here when here is not going to show you the support that you need.
Mm-hmm.
Not even, and I'm not even saying like from the artist standpoint. I'm speaking from just the general public here. The general public here, they don't really embrace you until they see the success. When they see you doing big in other cities, that's when the city won't embrace you. I seen it with Young Buck. I seen it firsthand, so I understand how it goes.
Yeah.
But we really have to branch out and leave the city, but at the same time, we have to come together.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as we don't really have the resources here that other cities have. We don't have other labels here that's willing to invest the money to help the artists get out the way they need to, and we don't have artist development here. We don't have any of that. And it gets stressful, and it'll make you feel to the point where you will think it's you that's the problem, but it's really not.
Mm-hmm.
Because we have the artists here to do it.
Oh yeah.
We just don't have the resources, the outlets. We don't have it, and we have to leave here to actually get the resources and the outlets that we need. And it's a sad thing, but it's the truth.
And you did touch on it, but I was going to ask you, Nashville is known for country music. So as a rap artist, do you feel like you need to move out of Nashville to get your music out there more?
I don't necessarily think you need to move, because it's about really getting out there and really, really touching the streets. When I went to Vegas, I gave away maybe 400 CDs just in Vegas. I didn't sell not one CD. I just gave them away.
Mm-hmm.
And I've had a lot of people reach out to me and let me know that they really like the album. So that lets me know that it's not about leaving. You can leave, but I think it's just like a job.
Yeah.
You wake up, you go clock in at these other cities, you put the work in, you come home, you get back to your drawing board, you go back out and you go clock in another city, another state. And that's what I'm doing right now. Like this weekend, I'm leaving out Friday. I'm going to Atlanta for a week.
You're leaving?
But I'm not going up there to play though. I'm going to work.
Yeah.
Like, I got 600 more CDs I got pressed up. I'm going to go work. Like it's not about the play with me right now. It's seriously about the work and getting out there, because I feel like the more you leave and go work these other cities and these other states, and you put in the groundwork and the promoting, and you're rubbing elbows and shaking the right hands, I feel like your music, it's a high chance your music will end up in the right hands.
Mm-hmm.
And when it lands in the right hands, anything is possible. Yeah. I was watching an interview with Pooh Shiesty. He was on the Breakfast Club, and they asked him how did he link up with Gucci Mane, and it was real. It was an eye opener when he told DJ Envy how Gucci Mane signed him. Gucci Mane reached out to him through Instagram. He said he was at home one night, and he said Gucci Mane DM'd him. He said he couldn't believe it. He thought it was a joke. And he said the next thing you know, they was talking back and forth. And he said Gucci Mane DM'd him his number and told him to call him FaceTime. He called him FaceTime, and he was right there on FaceTime with Gucci Mane. He said, man, we talked for like 4 to 5 hours.
Wow.
And the next thing you know, he was signed. And Pooh Shiesty at the time, he didn't even really have no material out. Gucci Mane signed him off of one song that he had out that he liked. Mm-hmm. And when he said that, I was like, wow, anything can happen.
Yeah.
And he's way in Memphis. Pooh Shiesty's from Memphis. So that let me know it's about putting in the groundwork. You have to get out there and make your presence known.
Mm-hmm.
You have to. And I feel like, you know, I have the music. My only problem is, which I figured it out, is just being consistent, constantly dropping material, constantly dropping visuals, and just working and leaving Nashville and go clocking in somewhere else and putting in the work. And
Yeah.
that's what I'm doing.
So you pretty much got it all figured out. And earlier when you talked about like the radio stations not supporting the local artists, I agree with that because I'm from Arkansas, but where I'm from in Arkansas is close to Memphis. So I grew up listening to Memphis radio stations. So I would listen to K97 and they would play Memphis artists like Play a Fly and Kia Shine and 36 Mafia. Like I knew who 36 Mafia was before they won their Oscar, before they blew up, you know?
Right, right.
So I remember them playing local artists, and I never really thought about Nashville like that. But now that you brought it up, they really don't play local artists.
We don't. And we have a major radio station here, 101, and all they play, it's real disturbing because all they play is Atlanta and Memphis artists. That's
Mhm.
it. That's it. They play all the Atlanta artists in the world. Moneybag Yo Gotti, Young Dolph. You never hear them play a Nashville artist. And when they do, I mean, it's at the point when they do play them, it's like it's gone in the wind. You don't hear nothing else from it. And it's like, I'm trying my best to change that. I'm trying
Mhm.
my best to change that because, you know, it's just, I have the music. It's just putting myself out there, and I'm willing to take all the risks and sacrifices I can to stick my neck out for the city and do it.
Yeah. And we talked about um coming together, not seeing each other as competition. And on your single, Somebody Prayed for Me, you worked with Nashville greats. You worked with Hard Liquor Shorty, Elroy the Boy, and Lil Vac. First of all, if y'all ever decide to become a hip hop group or put out a collab album, I'm okay with that. Cause y'all are just so good together. It's like the chemistry you guys had, and I don't know if y'all are just good actors or if y'all really like it just really looked like y'all really like enjoyed working together and respect each other's hustle and want to see each other succeed. That's
You
what
know
it looked
what's
like to
so,
me.
but you know what's so ironic about that is because, well, I can honestly say Elroy the Boy, we have a very close relationship. I was just on FaceTime with him when I was in Vegas. He had called me and he was like, bro, you soon to be in the driver's seat, bro. Just keep doing what you're doing, bro. And it's like, we have a good relationship to where we talk on a regular basis. We
Mhm.
do phone calls. He'll pull up here. We'll meet. Like we talk on a regular basis. Me and him have a very good friendship. It's very good. And me and Vac, when we together, it's good energy. It's the same thing
Mhm.
with Hard Liquor Shorty. So you know, it's just, you know, I guess everything is timing, I guess.
Yeah.
You know, but I tell myself this every day, you know, when God blessed me with that opportunity and put me in that same position that Buck was in, I promised myself I'm gonna do right.
Mhm.
I'm gonna reach down that ladder and help quite a few people. I really
That's
am.
good because a lot of people, when they make it to the top, they kind of forget about everybody else.
Understand? Yeah, I've seen it happen. I've seen it
Yeah.
happen.
So your single In the Way, when is the video going to be released? Because I think you just recently started shooting it.
Yes, that was another video I shot in Vegas. I shot a video Friday. We did the In the Way that's gonna be on Rules and Regulations too. We recorded that Saturday in the studio, and then that Sunday we shot the video.
So you
That's
already have one album out and you're currently working on another one. So you are very busy.
yeah. I'm actually, give or take, I'm probably 60% done with Rules and Regulations 2. I got some good features on this album. I've got a record with Trade of Truth and If You Stand that is crazy.
Oh my God. That's really exciting.
I got Trapper Mandela is gonna be on the album. Me and him got a record that's already done. I got Red Dot from Ground Hard. He's on the album. And my business partners in Vegas, we're praying. I'm hoping it happens. He said he's gonna do everything possible to make it happen, but I may have Mozzie on this new album.
Oh, okay.
Push it.
Gosh.
Push it. I'm praying and pushing that it happens. And with this new album, and with this new album, The Rules and Regulations 2, I'm going to be leaning toward West Coast production.
Okay.
I want to get into that Oakland Bay Area sound because the record In the Way, it has that Bay Area feel and it sounds real good. It sounds good. So I'm just constantly working now and just staying busy constantly. So if I'm not working on music, I'm pushing the brand, selling clothes and things of that nature. But every weekend I'm trying to get away from the city. I have to work during the week, so I have to work on the weekends, do my thing on the weekend.
But it's time for Nashville hip hop to get on the map because it's not just country music.
No, it's not.
Like, you know, for a while it was East Coast versus West Coast rappers. And then you had people like Outkast and Ludacris who put Atlanta on the map. And then like Nelly put St. Louis on the map. And then after Nelly was like Chingy and all those. So we just need that one artist from
Just
Nashville. Yeah.
Just one. And I'm praying it be me. I'm praying it be me. Because if it do, I'm gonna change some things. I'm dead serious. I am gonna change the narrative in the city.
Yeah, for sure. It definitely can be you. Like I said, I really enjoy your music, and that is a lot coming from you. But I loved it. Like even the videos. Oh my God, whoever shoots and edits your videos, so amazing.
Yeah, that's Wesley Crutchy. And
Yeah, he's good.
We have a phenomenal friendship, but it's business relationship. Me and him, when we get together, like the thing about Wesley that I like most is he's not afraid to create. Mm-hmm. He's not afraid to be creative. He's not afraid at all. And we come up with ideas together and we just laugh about it because we have a good time when we're working together. It's real fun. But this new guy I'm working with, Dre Visuals out in Vegas, he's crazy. He's crazy. I already got the Grind and Motivate video back. I have it right now. I have it. I've been looking at it ever since he sent it to me last night, and I've been like, man, that is crazy.
When do we get to see it?
Well, right now I'm getting with the distributors to get it uploaded to all the streaming sites, and I'm getting some things together as far as the promotional side for YouTube and all those things. Give me just a couple days. I say give me about 4 days max. I'll have it ready.
Okay, I'll be on the lookout for that for sure.
Yeah, it's crazy.
People who want to listen to your music, where can they find it?
iTunes, Apple Music, Spotify, Google Play, Amazon, Napster, Deezer. You name it, it's there.
YouTube. Napster. I haven't heard that name in so long.
Believe it or not, it's on Napster. The distributors, DistroKid, they send you a list of everywhere that you are, and I check. I'm even on Pandora. I'm everywhere.
Okay. So do you have any upcoming shows?
Not at this moment. I'm just basically working on projects, and I'm just getting ready to just flood it out this year.
Good. And go ahead and throw out your social media.
You can find me on Instagram at Deuce. It's D.E.U.C.E. You can find me on Twitter at Deuce615 _. That's pretty much it as far as social media go. I'm just now trying to get into TikTok. I really don't like it, but I'm trying to get into it. They say that's the way to go. I'm trying to get into it. So, but other than that, expect a lot of music from me. I'm getting rules and regulations ready to drop in May. And I'm going to drop another project in September, maybe October, the latest. So I'm going to be dropping a lot of material, a lot.
Oh, that's good. So is there anything that you want to add or any like last little tidbit of advice you want to give rappers, well, up and coming rappers?
Stay consistent. Don't be afraid to be creative. Be yourself and put a lot of thought into your whole process, from your production to even with your album covers. I tell artists this all the time. Put effort into your album covers. You know, I see some of these album covers, they making them on these phone apps with these copy and paste pictures, and I'm like, Conversation is nothing without innovation. Straight up. It's nothing like it. You have to put thought into your album covers. You'd be surprised how many looks and streams you can get just off having a real good album cover. That plays a part. It plays a part. People are attracted to two things: what they see and what they hear. If your album cover attracts 9 times out of 10, they may hit the link just to see what you're talking about, just off your presentation. It plays a big part in it. Plays a big part. So that's my tips.
You're a very wise man.
I'm not the smartest man in the world, but I've learned some lessons.
Oh my gosh. Well, thank you so much. This has by far been my favorite interview. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Thank you. I've been down that road and made a lot of mistakes, but I'm learning. I have a mentor that a lot of people don't know that we speak on a weekly basis. You ever heard of a guy named Street Symphony?
Street Symphony. Sounds familiar.
Very big Grammy producer. He won the Grammys for the Nipsey Hussle album. He produced Grind and Motivate on that album. He's worked with T.I., Meek Mill. Actually, he produced on Meek Mill last album. Which one was it? The Wins and Losses. He produced on that. He produced on a lot of things that he's got going on. But he's my mentor. And I've been knowing Street Symphony way before he started winning Grammys. And we've always kept in touch. And now that I've stepped my game up, we've been doing a lot of talking, and he's proud of me right now. He's proud of me, very proud of me.
That's amazing. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so expect a lot from me, a lot.
Okay, I'll be on the lookout for sure. For sure.
Thank you.
But thank you so much for doing this interview. I really, really appreciate it. It was really great.
Thank you. I enjoyed it.
Oh, good. I'm happy that you did. Yay.
Looks like Chevy Impala. I'm terminated, driven reckless. Ain't no love in the streets. It's a cold, cold world when you out here. Sirens ringing through the night, another just lost in life. That's just how it is.
Raised up in them trenches, bricks taught me to be relentless. Murder goes down 9 times out of 10, it's over something senseless. Everybody want the bag, don't nobody want to grind. They did the homie chip real dirty, but we'll know in due time.